Hi Taurus, this is your general tarot reading for Taurus Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of February as a card hops out. The Hermit. Okay, I suppose you want to be a hermit now after the big lunar eclipse that happened in January, and I understand why. So Taurus, let's do what we always do. We'll shuffle the cards as this was hopping out, and we'll wait on all the right ones to come out. And in the meantime, we'll talk about what's been going on. The big lunar eclipse that happened in January, you felt it, but you're feeling better now after it. It happened in your 4th house, Taurus. And it was a moment where something came to an absolute head within your family, where you live, the roots, what you're rooted to and what you're connected to, even roots going way, way back into your childhood. There were themes and topics brought right up to the surface that you finally had a chance to look at and to build a totally new understanding around them. So childhood issues, the places where you were wounded and damaged by certain family members perhaps. You got to think about it and feel it out. You see, the 4th house is where we feel things deeply on an emotional level. So something felt like it needed to be changed, like you needed that wonderful new perspective on your whole childhood, on why you live where you live, on why you have certain kind of relationships with certain family members. So it's a moment where you tidied that up because you were forced to face the truth. But it's a beautiful moment now because you feel like a big weight is off your shoulder, that you're not under pressure to perform because that's what's been expected of you since childhood. You're not under pressure to be X, Y, or Z because family maybe had been putting pressure on you to be something that perhaps was not authentically you. And that was a bit of a challenge emotionally for you to deal with. Some of you, other very literal meanings, that you could have ended a chapter in one home, one town, one city, one state, one country, and finally moved home or moved to a new home. So that's for some of you. But also there's the energy here of having a real moment, Taurus, and I'm really glad for you, I'm really happy for you about this, to really get back in touch with your inner space. Now Taurus, you are a spiritual person. You take life fairly, as it comes, and you're a soft person, a caring person, all the things that we know and love about you, Taurus. But there may have been, without you knowing, a type of change of direction where you had been very focused on your career perhaps, or pushing yourself out there, or building up a reputation, building up your status, building up your notoriety, or somehow, which everybody does. But it took you too far out of your comfort zone, where maybe you didn't recognize your own wants and needs anymore. Maybe you had realized that you were going along with some sort of flow that was carrying you somewhere that was not really in the right direction, not a bad direction, but kind of taking you outside of you. And Taurus, you are so much happier when you are allowed to sit inside yourself from an emotional space. There could have been a moment that you're bringing into February where you recaptured that sense of real soul in yourself again. Just out of the blue, for whatever reason, you felt that reconnection. You could have had a million childhood memories coming up, or from your teen years, but unpleasant things, yeah, but also very pleasant things. So you're a very sensual person, so you could have been remembering the smell of something from your childhood, or the summer days in your childhood. There were pleasant moments, and it was through these sensual kind of emotional connections that there was that a re-established kind of sense of, I had almost forgotten I had this quiet space inside me, but now that I've rediscovered it, I am never going to lose that again. Now, some of you could have been making some change between you and a female family member, possibly your mom. Something might have changed, a dynamic, a perception, how you interact with each other, that could have changed. And it seems that after this change, it kind of frees you up a little bit. It takes some emotional baggage off your shoulders, Taurus. So the wounds, maybe, not necessarily intentional wounds, but some wounds that you had been carrying with you could have finally been resolved. So it was a powerful time, and I'm not going to underestimate that. And Taurus, if you identify those places where you've re-engaged with the senses, with the food that you used to love when you were younger, food that felt like home, places, feelings that just all remind you that you're rooted here. Keep that. That's a gift for you, to always be reminded that there's a whole lot more to you. You're more connected to your emotions and to your past even than you thought you were. And maybe there is a lot of good things that you can take from your past and bring into the future as you say goodbye to some things that have had their time in your life, okay? So Taurus, you then, okay, what is the soul doing? The Sun in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius in the 10th house. So this is a bit tricky. I think the eclipse did kind of knock you a little bit, where maybe you had felt that the work situation, your career situation, or being in control of yourself, driving your life in some way, you know, taking the reins, that could have been a little bit compromised and challenged for you. And it stays like that a little bit, Taurus, into February. So the trick here for you to do is to keep on with that practice of being sensual, touching base with your spiritual sense. If you are spiritual, which a lot of you are, then maybe pray or take time out, go into quiet places, quiet environments, be private with your own self and indulge in that, Taurus, with the good food and everything. And that will balance things out maybe that aren't going so well for you in terms of your career and work. Now, I'm not saying something bad is happening there. It feels like extra hard work. It feels like, shouldn't this be going a bit smoother? You know, but you feel that you have to go into the next gear to try to push a little bit harder. So that's all it is. It's just the energy has to work a little bit harder this month for a little while, the first 2 weeks particularly, in your career section. And again, as I said to you, Taurus, if you feel that you can't control the reins or you can't control where you're driving your life to, then maybe the answer is you're not supposed to be in the driver's seat right now. We've said this before, haven't we? This is, say, the first half of February, go back into the passenger seat and just enjoy the view, you know, and don't get stressed about things that are happening in work, okay? Now, Venus, your ruler, on February 3rd goes into a fellow Earth sign, Capricorn, and this is in your 9th house. Now, Saturn and Pluto are in the 9th house too. So this is a real moment where you start to get pleasure from taking the time out to be more spiritual, taking time out to get really into a flow again of reading things that really pique your interest. For those of you who are studying, some great flow could come here when it comes to your studies, but a great level of interest in things that have higher meaning, you know, the arts, cultural things, higher minded things, where you feel that the space you have now is all about looking at the big picture. And from up there and looking down at the world, you realize that some of the problems you had been dealing with, that they're not as big as they seem from higher up here. You know, it's about taking higher moral ground and taking the higher perspective. For those of you who are dealing perhaps with some, say, legal thing through the courts, or where you need a judgment on something, this could run very smoothly for you this month, if that's what you're doing. It's a time where there seems to be wise judgment, wisdom. You know, somebody who is practical and who says, okay, it's time for Taurus to kind of get some fairness in some way out of this, or at least some knowledge. You could be dealing this month with somebody, having a good rapport, a good vibe with a very educated person, somebody who opens your mind even further. And again, I'm talking here because as I talk, I'm a bit like a windmill, if you haven't noticed. When I talk, I'm actually kind of generating some of the stuff that I feel and see and whatever like that. But as I was talking there, I felt this really nice heart energy for you, Taurus. Had you been very stressed, lots of anxiety in the chest? Did I say that to you before? Because it's like it's saying, now use this time. Don't get stressed out about work. Don't get stressed out about all the duties and responsibilities that you have and the things that are demanded to be done. Don't get stressed out. Relax your beautiful Taurus heart and keep nourishing, keep the vibe of nourishing your higher mind. Because it seems you get lost this month in the kind of the beauty of things, the higher things, good music, good movies. You know, maybe even on Valentine's Day, going to a really nice place where they kind of have real quality food. Not kind of some posh poker up your ass kind of place, but somewhere where you can just really feel the beauty of it. So that's important. You know, no ugliness this month, no shoddiness, no awfulness. It's all got to be from a higher place. So go to the posh cafe for your coffee during lunch break rather than the corner one, you know, because you need to indulge in that sense of higher beauty, and you'll get nourished from that, Taurus. Now, Venus is also very interested in leisure, and in the 9th house, she's really looking on the internet to book her next vacation. So that could be you too, Taurus. You're going through all the brochures or going through the internet saying, now which tropical paradise do I want to find my beautiful Taurus body lying down along a golden sandy beach with a beautiful mojito in my hand? Where shall I go? Quickly checks the bank balance. Okay, but I'll keep dreaming. But Venus does want that. She wants to travel. So that could be very much on your mind, putting your few coins together to get that vacation organized. Because Capricorn is somebody that's one who wants to see the results. I want this to happen. And it could be a nice time. I think you'll find the money somehow, some way to make this happen, Taurus. Now, February 4th is a new moon in Aquarius. Now, this is the thing, as I said to you, when it comes to work, there could be an opportunity here for you, Taurus, excuse me, to start up some new project in work, start up some new arrangement in work, maybe even start a totally new career. And good luck to you if that's what you're doing, Taurus. But you're opening up to build your reputation. You want to rise, and you're working on that this month. But the new moon here is saying, go with that, but on one condition, Taurus. Go with it without taking the stress and the tension and the anxiety and the fear. Instead, bring that lovely sense of calm and release and, oh my God, I don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z anymore. Bring that flow with you into your future, wherever it is that you're heading within your career, because you don't want to begin this beautiful journey where you're opening up to maybe shine as a leader. I mean, I'm saying career. Sometimes it's a family, the head of the family, becoming a father for some of you, taking control of some situation, being the spearhead of a group, you know. It's something where you are the one that everybody has their eyes on, whatever that might be. You want to enter into this, even if it's a sport. I'm picking up on sport too. You're wanting to enter into this with less anxiety and with less of a feeling of being intimidated by the process. let it begin and grow with flow. So remember that, let it begin and grow with flow. And then just let it go. Yeah. Now Mercury in Pisces on February 10th. Yeah. Mercury had been in Aquarius up until the 10th. And again, your mind, this is why I'm saying all the things I'm saying, to relax, 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 because if you don't allow this relaxation time, you could get very stressed out and feel that people are against you or deliberately trying to sabotage you or provoke you or pull your strings and rub you up the wrong way or whatever other way you want to describe it. They're not. It's just there's an extra kind of electricity in the air that could be very triggering. So that's why you need to counterbalance this, you see. But February 10th it gets better, Taurus, because Mercury goes into Pisces, which is much nicer for you, into your 11th house, which is again about putting your eye on the prize. So Taurus, what I'm seeing here is that you do want to open up something within your career. You want to, or take a leadership role with something somehow within a group, but you want to aim towards something big. You want to win a prize, you want to win a competition, you want to be known as the top in your class, as the one who gets top marks, top grades, top rewards, the one who's excellent and praiseworthy in something that they're doing. See, the 11th house is where our dreams are, that's where they sit, and we work towards them. So it's a moment where you're working very, very hard towards maybe achieving some goal that you have, and I think you can do it because your mind is on it. So from the 10th of February you have all the great plans, strategies, all the great little inside downloads that are going to show you how to carry yourself as a winner in whatever this thing is into your future without the stress. Okay. Now, Mars on Valentine's Day, February 14th, goes into Taurus. Mars, the fiery, passionate lover, the absolute, how would you say, he's the big fire, the one who lights it up, as that card came up. He is going into Taurus. So you, from Valentine's Day, are going to be the one who everybody has all their eyes on. You will be very attractive, more so than usual, Taurus, that people will see a flame in you, a fire in you, and you might be attracting all kinds of attention. Hopefully that's something you like, you know, to get that type of attention. You know, you're saying, oh, I don't know if I want that type of attention. Well, maybe some of you do, some of you don't. But either way, your whole appearance, your whole demeanour, the whole vibe you're giving off for Valentine's Day, and whatever the new clothes that you're going to wear, the new style that you're going to try out, you're going to do yourself up, brush yourself up and present yourself as Aphrodite or Eros, as of course you would do on Valentine's Day, and you are going to set the place on fire, 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 fire. So a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of hotness, and you're the main focus. Imagine Valentine's Day, Mars going in to your sign on that day. So, you know, brace yourself, it could get interesting, very interesting. Now Mars is also the god of aggression, so if you're giving off this lovely glow, if you've done yourself up, you're wearing the best of the best and you are just hot, don't ruin it, Taurus, by being provoked by other people into becoming aggressive. Don't ruin that beautiful shine that you'll have going on. The sun then on February 18th goes into Pisces. So again, it's a wonderful moment for you to re-engage with some dreams that you thought you'd lost. This feeling I get, Taurus, that there were so many things you thought you'd lost, but now they're found. You could really be dealing with a new group of people or seeing success within a group of people. If you're doing something that needs a crowd, needs a group, needs an arena, needs a team, teams and work, social media, where everybody is in agreement with what you're doing is the best of the best, then this could be a really interesting and powerful month for the rewards to come. Because it's about time, Taurus, that the rewards came for you. Now, February 9th, full moon in Virgo. We've only 4 cards, Taurus. What's going on? 5 cards. This beautiful card coming out. The full moon in Virgo in your 5th house. Okay, this marks a real turning point for you, Taurus. This marks a real turning point where after the lunar eclipse, where you got in touch with your feelings, you're now feeling that you're in a different vibrational space, let's say it like that. And now you're looking around to see, does this make me happy or doesn't it? Am I happy in my work or no? Am I happy doing this? Why don't I enjoy my hobbies? Why did I not keep up my hobbies? Why don't I do that thing I used to love doing anymore? So there's a real moment where that's brought up for you to look at and see, are you all work and no play, Taurus, or all stress, all duty, all keeping it all together, and no laughter, no fun? Has to change, my beautiful, has to change. Now, on another level, for those of you who are presenting something on the internet, on some media platform, in front of a crowd this month, it will end, say, around the 19th of February, where you will do something creative, perhaps in front of a group of people, as I said, and it will be a success. So don't worry and don't fear, as 2 cards came out. Yes, some of you were worried about something like that. Presenting something you've created in front of a crowd, performing, doing something, hosting something in front of a crowd. It's time to party. Let your hair down and have a good party. Have a good party. Have a good time, Taurus. It's very important. You're saying, yeah, I want a good time. Yeah, but do you? Do you actually go out and make that happen? Do you organize all your family or friends to get together and have a good time? Not just a kind of lounge around time, but do something fun together. Maybe that's worth organizing. That'd be nice. Now, Taurus, I am now going to start choosing a few cards because some came out there. This one came out. Hold it like this, and then I'll choose one last card. And it is the card of work. It's also a Virgo card, and we have the full moon at the end of the month in Virgo. So Taurus, let's do this thing, and we will leisurely, at our own pace, ta-da, reveal the big overview. So Virgo full moon, Virgo card at the very beginning and a Virgo card at the very end of the reading. Virgo is good to you. Virgo is a fellow earth sign, and Virgo helps you get very grounded. And I think for some of you, there could actually be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant in your life who is holding some truth up to you, showing you something and saying, did you not see how heartbroken you are over some situation? Maybe a relationship. Most likely the conversations or the type of communication you'd been having with somebody, a lover, a partner, a family member, friend, I don't know. But it seems like Virgo has been holding that light up and showing it to you. But there could have been an aspect here of you not being prepared to see some truth about something. I'll say this, if you are going into your future, maybe embarking upon a new career, doing something like that, do try to be as organized as you can here, Taurus, because there might be something that, it's like, are you doing this big move in your career or big move in your life, big change, something big changing? Are you doing it and you're not happy to do it? But you don't want to acknowledge that. You don't want to address it, because if you dig that bit deeper into some situation, then you know it's too heartbreaking to face. But I think a lot of the stuff has been brought up by the eclipse. So don't try to brush things under the rug here, Taurus. If things have come up for you to deal with, I know they're very uncomfortable, but take action, take cautious, prudent, clever, wise, grounded action, which you can do, and heal this. Healing something with a Virgo also. Virgo, either way, is instrumental here. They are either helping you through something, helping you, trying to get you to see something, or else it is they who have maybe hurt you a little bit, by turning away from you maybe when you needed them most. There's something there, you might know what that is. But either way, it was a situation that just wasn't fun anymore. There was no happiness anymore. There was no joy in it anymore. See, it's that theme coming up. And you're going to address that this month, Taurus. And when you do, you're going to come back much stronger than ever. Now, I know this is a card of building an empire and maintaining it. You see, he's already won his empire. But yet now the trick is to maintain it, which is quite Capricorn style, but this is an Aries card. So it tells me that you're trying to build something very, very strong in your life in a new territory, maybe in a new land, in a new country, new state, city, whatever. But there's something new has opened up, and you feel ready to go there, to walk through into that. You feel that it's going to build your career, build your empire, build your status, your reputation somehow, and it certainly will. You'll be able to bring that fire to whatever it is you're doing, and it'll be a success, Taurus. Now, Mars is going into Taurus on Valentine's Day. Are some of you waiting for a lover, waiting for somebody to come home? Maybe your partner or somebody that you're interested in lives abroad or works abroad, or spends time, a lot of time, say like they're 1 week here and then they come home for a few days. They work crazy shifts or crazy hours, and you're ready to bring the passion back. It's like when they arrive, when they come home, I'm ready to just give everything to them. So I'll let you figure that out yourself. I'm not going to get into the details of that with you in a YouTube video, but you know what I mean. This is Mars, this is passion, this is fire, this is cheekiness, roguery. This is somebody who just has to give you a look and a smile, and everybody melts through the heat of the mighty seducer. And there's you again, another Aries card. Aries, Aries, Aries. Some of you, now not all of you, but some of you could be recovering from heartache, and this month meeting a very Mars-style person. That could be an Aries, could be a Scorpio, but somebody who is very like that, fiery, passionate. And I don't know, it seems you could be very interested in them. You've a good rapport, good communication with them. You can talk to them. You see, this really gets you going. It's the conversation, that the words, you've got this thing where the two of you just fit like jigsaw pieces together. Now, I know some of you are in a relationship, but that's what you might see around Valentine's Day, where the fire that comes between the two of you, it's this thing of having that kind of rapport again, having that heat back in the relationship again. It's nice. It's nice. And you know what? We go into mid-month, and your first card is the soulmate card with a fire sign, the adventurer, the traveler. I wonder, is it somebody abroad, somebody who's foreign, somebody who lives in a different country to you, or has a different nationality to you, or different culture in some way? Are they coming to see you for Valentine's Day? It's like somebody is charging at you, a fire sign, and they are just besotted with you. So this is, I know some of you are in a relationship, some of you are waiting on a relationship, but either way, it's very strong that there is fire and passion that is going to reawaken the bond between the two of you. That's very, very important. I'm looking down here. Some of you could make a great bond with somebody from work, from your career. You could meet them around the 3rd or the 8th of February, either or. And you could make a real instant, fascinating, magnetized connection with somebody that you meet through your career, somebody who has a similar career to you, somebody that might even be a little bit older than you, but they fascinate you. But they're fascinated by you too, it seems, and there's a great physical connection there. And look at the Queen. She's looking at the Knight of Wands, and she's handing her beautiful gift to him. So I think that you're ready to open up this love, open up this feeling, and be the Queen, be the royal version of you, Taurus. The one like Venus or Eros, you know, for the men watching, you know, these are for men and women, that you are able to unveil your beauty. And really, your appearance could take a real radical shift this month, where you get dress extra sharp in some way, you know, you bring out the big guns in some way, and you are showing that off, and you're offering it up, and you're communicating that out to somebody. Yeah. Could be an earth sign. Now I'm going to just focus on money here for a moment too. Mid-month I see here, looking down at the chart, mid-month I see that there's a reluctance. You know, the way I said to you a few moments ago that there's an opportunity for you to start within a new career, but I've sensed hesitation, and we've talked through this, Taurus. But there's the feeling of, say, end of the second week, start of the third week, where you finally say goodbye to an old way of making money or attracting money, and starting again as a new way to make money. Do you know what that is? Do you know how to? There's a new way to make money. There's also a new way to have a healthier career. See, this seems to be very important. You could have been doing great in your career, but there was something quite unhealthy about it. And I think a lot of the unhealthiness came from you not enjoying it anymore. The money was good, perhaps it was a key placement, perhaps it was the right distance from where you lived, or it was perfect to pay the rent, the mortgage, whatever. But there's something that you just realize it's not doing it for you anymore, some aspect of it. And so now you're ready to either start a new project, open up something new, promote yourself, push yourself out, and put the word out that you're ready to make new coin, doing something that you're much happier about. Because look at these cards. You felt your bank balance. It wasn't worth it. The money you're getting paid, or to be where you are now, receiving the kind of money you're having now, you're saying it's not good enough. I've bigger dreams than this. I don't want to always feel like I'm on the outside losing in. I have bigger dreams. And one of the dreams is that I make more money. So it's a big focus on your career. You have a dream, a wish to go further, and you will. But again, don't take the fear with you. Just because it's uncomfortable a little bit now, Taurus, bring the feeling you had at the end of the eclipse of being back in touch with yourself. I'm going to say this, as I get cut off, sorry about that, Taurus. I was just going to say to you, if you're doing something this month where you are uprooted in some way, where you've changed house, or are changing your work, or changing something in your environment, changes, and something is beginning to feel uncomfortable for you, because you do like things to be, you're not afraid of change, but you like to have your things around you. You like to recognize that your environment is what you know it to be. Let's just say that. And if you're worried about some big change in where you're being rooted somehow, don't worry about that, my beautiful, because you've learned after the lunar eclipse in January that wherever you go, you have that sense of home in you. You have it. So whatever the big changes are, don't worry about that. Don't worry, because if you tap into that relaxed feeling of being back in touch with, you know, that kind of coziness inside of yourself, for want of a better expression, then you'll be fine with the changes that are happening, okay? So Taurus, we're coming to this card, and these cards here, and this is the energy of a conversation that absolutely, most definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, needs to be said and had. But with Mars in Taurus, the problem is, like this card, it becomes an overkill, you know, kind of conversation. You've held it in for so long, held your tongue for so long, that by the time you get to speak to somebody about what you need, what you want, the thing that's been bothering you, the thing they've been triggering you with, provoking you with at the end of the month, you go blah, 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 blah. Yeah, probably in work, okay? Be cautious, because you might feel that you've made a kind of triumph here, but really, it's not really a victory, okay? So show caution, and don't think that just blurting something out with full rage and full aggression is actually helping you in any way. Think, slow down, and think about how you want this to pan out and how you want this conversation to go. Now, this is a Sun and Virgo card, and we have the full moon in Virgo, and Virgo for you, of course, is the 5th house. And you're working. Maybe at the end of the month, you really are working extra hard to do something, finishing touches on something, the final details on some creative thing that you're organizing, something that you're organizing and working very hard with, really super focusing on at the end of the month. Something that you're proud of, something you're creating it, or you're hosting it, or you're being the face of it. It's very important, and the work that you're putting in will pay off. And as we leave the month, after that, you can relax a little bit. You're pushing in work, doing something that you're organizing, and maybe you're wondering, will it work, will it work, will it work? It will work. It will be fine. I keep telling you, it will be fine, Taurus. All this worry and fear for nothing is part of the thing that now needs to stop as you go into your future. Okay? Because you have your happy little heart to keep you relaxed and feeling good in yourself, you know, so you know what to do. Anyway, Taurus, for those of you who know to come to the deep read, the VIMEO deep reads, we talk about love, relationships, singles, the finances, careers, family issues, you know, friend issues, and anything that crops up. We do all of that in detail in the deep read, where we go that bit further and explore certain themes, and it's all linked down there below, Taurus. And I would love you to come join me for the deep read. And for those of you who've been to the deep read since it started in November, come along again. It's great to have you there. Anyway, Taurus, my beautiful, for Valentine's Day, in all your beautiful hotness this month, I am going to leave you with a big kiss, one of a million kisses I think you're going to get this month. And all my love, my beautiful. Until next month, bye.